Right, now's a really good time for questions. Start asking questions, ladies and gents. Let's go. Let's take some questions. What a player, but didn't even get Ana play the game. I know. Like, I think I've got one play of the game on Ana, maybe two in my entire career. It's insane. It's a shame because she has really good play of the game at modes. Do you have any more tips for Ana versus Winston? Mine is to sleep out the Winston mid-jump when he will not use his barrier. Yeah, that's ideal. Winston won't get value from the barrier if he drops it early, so if you sleep dart him mid-jump and he tries to dive you, the risk of him eating the dart with the barrier is nullified. Yeah, that's usually, like, that's the ideal situation. There will be times when you're so busy that, you know, or you see the Winston jumping in too late, or it's too far and he's jumping, you won't be able to land it. Then you want to be a bit careful, then just wait out the Zarya bubble. Like, he's gonna dome. The key is to not panic and not, like, freak out. You have 100 health in your back pocket, so, like, he's gonna deal damage to you. You can wait out a barrier, throw down a heal grenade, pick yourself back up, sleep him, and then deal with him, like, step by step. Don't panic is my main piece of advice when dealing with Winstons, because the worst thing for you to do is, like, panic, back up, and then stand outside of the bubble. So now you can't use any abilities, and he's safe from you, and he knows he's safe from you. So now he can deal damage, he can do what he wants. Just keep in mind that, you know, once the Zarya bubble is gone, you have huge opportunities to just shut him down. And if you land a sleep dart on him, odds are the entire team's going to focus and kill him. So if you just take your time and don't worry about it, you will be able to beat him. What's the ideal position for Ana position for defense on the first point? I generally start pretty much amongst the team, like on the high ground on Route 66. So if I go back here, like, I would generally be tucked in probably a little bit more, expecting the Winston to come in. Like, that's usually what I'm expecting. I'll generally also maybe just try and peek out past the Reinhardt just to see more than try and shoot. Maybe try and get a cheeky grenade off, but that's usually not worth doing. Just hold on to it because you're going to need it when the Winston jumps. If they don't have a Winston, then okay, then you can just put some shots into their barrier maybe, then pull back a little bit further back here, and then try and put healing onto all these guys. Someone will inevitably, and I say this like it's fucking clockwork, will inevitably either a Genji will come in this way, or a Roadhog will have made its way all the way around. Ideally, you would have a Roadhog or something watching this low ground down here. That's the ideal, but do be aware, keep your ears peeled for anything coming from behind you down that way, because that does happen quite a lot. So yeah, like, just staying amongst the team, because when the Winston lands on you, everyone's going to need a bit of healing. So it's just a good way of getting value. Let's bring boost jet back up. When dual healing with Mercy plus Ana, is there an ideal split of who heals to? Ana on tanks, Mercy on DPS, or is it more of a free-for-all? You pretty much got it. Like, Ana should be doing the bulk of healing on tanks. And as Ana, you should be prioritizing tanks just because it's easier for you to do. And just because you can pick up a tank much faster than Mercy can. So yeah, like, the tanks can be far forward and you could just be putting heal darts on them. That said, like, if there is a Genji jumping in the back line and he's jumping high in the air, like, use that as a way to just get the occasional heal dart on him so Mercy doesn't have to run all the way out there to try and heal him. It just depends on, like, when shit hits the fan, if everyone is damaged, you want to do immediate triage, put the heal grenade on the tanks, put a heal dart on each of them, put a heal dart on then targets after that, and then start building stuff back up. If you and Mercy are both triaging, you should focus the tanks, Mercy can pick up the DPS, because Mercy is not going to miss her heal beam on the Genji 3 times while he jumps around like a complete twat, and then, yeah. So yeah. Did you go in game and show us Ana positions on different maps? I sometimes wonder what positions I should be taking up. I'd say, like, specifically, like, going through all the maps would take way too long. Just keep in mind the L shape. Keep in mind what you're trying to do. Keep in mind the threats available to you. If they have, you know, if they're running dive, tuck into your team a bit more. Be prepared to be the focus of the dive and make sure that you hurt them if they go for the dive. Otherwise, the L shape is where you should be going mostly. Other than that, you want to be a little bit flexible. Just, like, where your team is positioning, just try and position yourself in a way you can cover as many of them as possible, as effectively as possible. That's sort of where you got to go. You missed a lot of questions, did I? Yeah, I did. Wow, okay. If someone jumps your support, say, Ana, how should the team react? Who should support your supports? The second tank, the flex tank, is usually the ideal. So Like, you want Reinhardt to be facing forward, but you want, like, if Winston jumps in your backline, Roadhog should be the one to answer that. Like, that should be Roadhog going, oh, yes, it's dinner time. Like, that's what you want out of the Roadhog. And if you are standing so far back that people have to peel off 3 miles to come back and, like, save you, that's kind of your own fucking fault. You've kind of isolated yourself. And, like, if the team has to really get out of position to try and save you, you are out of position, basically. Like, no matter how far back... Further back is not necessarily safer if they have a Genji or a Tracer. That's for some reason that seems to enter people's minds. So I will stand even further back so that the Genji has an even more isolated target to kill. No. So what we want is when we are being dove, then we are positioned so that the team recognizes that there could be 2 or 3 threats on us, and that this is where we should be focusing our defense anyway, or our offense should be turning to face this anyway. Making sure that people can, like, hear it clearly as well. This is sort of support trickery, is that bringing a threat to a tank or a DPS is actually a really good way for them to pay attention to it. So if you're being attacked by a Genji, and you drag him over so he dashes through you and a Soldier 76, the Soldier 76 is probably going to turn around and start shooting him. And you might have just endangered someone else, potentially, but you're getting him to answer the threat and getting him to deal with the threat and making him use his time efficiently, and that's kind of how I make it work. How big of an impact did Ana's damage reduction have on her? Let me put it this way. Previously, you took 3 shots to kill someone, now you take 4. That's a big difference. That's an increase of 1/3. You cannot out DPS Mercy healing. It sounds weird. You will, like, because you do 60 damage just under every second. Mercy will heal about 55 every second. So in theory, your head goes, well, surely you'll out DPS her eventually. But after 10 darts, you will not have killed someone, and then during the reload time, Mercy will top them back up. You will never kill them. You have to land the grenade. What it's basically meant is that you will, like, focusing on doing DPS as Ana is just a lot less rewarding. Putting the occasional dart on people is fine, but firing more than 2-3 darts is very seldom worthwhile. You are much more worthwhile doing healing. That's the net effect, basically. It's Blizzard telling you, don't focus on DPS. DPS you have is now completely a bonus, and at most you should, you know, if Pharah is alone, put a bullet into her, maybe if Soldier is also shooting at the Pharah, and then, okay, putting darts into her is fine. But just shooting the Pharah on your own, not worth doing. And you will very rarely kill someone outside of using your grenade combo, and that sucks. I really don't like the change. I would rather see the self-healing, or just the healing, like the instantaneous results of the grenade nerfed, and have the damage back on Ana. Because to me, that was part of the fun. Nerf Ana's close range ability, maintain her long range ability. She's a sniper, for fuck's sake. Please rant about how bullying console players because they're not as good as PC players. It's complete bullshit. Game is about fun. It is complete bullshit. Because basically, in my mind, if you transplant a console player onto PC, and if they're comfortable with mouse and keyboard, they'll probably end up very similar. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if the games are similar enough where I can coach someone reliably on console, then okay. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Okay, when you've played on PC and you sit down and you watch console footage, it looks weird because, you know, the frames of motion are different. How people move is just different, and it looks slow and odd and weird. But that's not necessarily, I don't know, bad. I just ignore it is my advice to you. It's like if you play one, you know, if you don't have a high-end PC and you play Overwatch on console, you play Overwatch on console. Fair enough. Like, have a good time, enjoy it. Try and master it. Good luck to you. If you play it on PC, whatever. Don't be arseholes to each other, is basically the end of the day. Let people enjoy their free time how they want to spend their free time. Let's see, yeah, this is a new question, I think. Oftentimes when defending half the team, or so it's one of the tanks, when defending half the team decides to defend the low ground, is there a point when you just say, screw it guys, staying as a team is more important than holding the high ground? Where is that point? Usually what ends up happening is, okay, Route 66. Reinhardt is set up here, usually, okay? Reinhardt is stood there. At some point, the payload will hit pretty much right in front of this. This is when Reinhardt needs to be considering to drop down. The point is, you don't drop down and then stay drop down. You regroup, like, you drop down, you win the fight because you've dropped down onto the enemy team, you got the kills on their Reinhardt, whatever, and you've got the kills on their entire team, and then you reset, and you come all the way back up, and you reset on the high ground, so that they have to push into a team that's holding high ground, so they can't easily contest it. You're shooting down at them, they're trying to shoot up. It's just very difficult. And yeah, like, that's... So it's the reset that I think people have trouble with, and the thing you just do then is say, okay guys, reset. Let's go back to high ground. And not getting caught in the minutiae of just staying on the low ground and staying there and just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Just find that moment to get back on the high ground, reset, and then fight from that advantageous position again. Whoa. Difficult communication, as Ana often obviously call out sleeps and debuffs, but what about trying to get your team to position with you? My advice is occasionally just saying, like, Genji, pull back a bit so I can heal you. Like, the Genji will usually understand. Just make sure you do heal him when you do that. As Ana, my advice is this. Never expect people to clear line of sight for you. Never expect it. Because people don't think about it. It takes very high-level players to actually get them to think about, I need to position, so, like, for example, if this Reinhardt needs healing, do you think this soldier has a single thought in his head right now about how Ana needs a clean line of sight to heal this Reinhardt? No, this soldier's busy thinking about what angle can I get to shoot down on the low ground, so he's going to be busy moving like this, right? He's going to be busy behind the Reinhardt, moving back and forth, and he's going to make it a fucking nightmare for you. So you need to be thinking, okay, where can I stand where I can maybe still hit this Reinhardt? Should I just put a grenade on the Reinhardt? Should I leave Reinhardt to mercy? Never expect, like, and if you tell soldier, can you step to one side so I can heal Reinhardt? It will take so long for the soldier to process that and think, where is Ana? Where is Reinhardt? Where do I need to be? What is Ana even asking? What is she even fucking talking about? It takes so long for that process that it's just not worth doing. Never expect it. Unless you have, like, massive downtime and it's an immobile thing like the Bastion, and just say, like, oh, mercy, can you just step to one side so I can see the Bastion? Like, that will be okay. But if you're in combat and there's people running around trying to get position, trying to get line of sight, never expect them to consider your line of sight. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. And if you tell, like, a Roadhog who's busy, like, running around the corner, you say, Roadhog, I can't see you anymore. Quite often, the Roadhog will chat back, yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, whatever. Like, he'll make it that decision himself. But you've told him what's happening, at least. At what point would somebody not pick Ana? Very rare. I'm noticing that subs are going through... Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus. I actually know why subs aren't going up on Twitch alerts, actually. Very quickly, because I know that people are subscribing, but it's not popping up in the thing. It's now like when you get a resub, you have to click a button up here. It's like usually a thing that says share at the top. If you don't click share, the drop down doesn't come down. That's why people don't pop up. That's actually a change in how stream labels is working. So if you do want it to announce on stream that you're doing stuff, you just press that button. If you don't want to be acknowledged, then whatever. Thank you, Lifebar Gaming. Because I don't want to ignore people as they sub. And I want news about giveaway as well. I'll do that at the end. At what point would somebody not pick Ana? It's very rare. Like, Ana is just viable in pretty much all situations. If you're running... Like, Pharah is bad with Ana, which is weird because they're a mother-daughter combo, but Pharah and Ana don't pair well together because, like, let's take this team in the background. Like, let's pretend Bastion isn't here, we got a Pharah instead. And we're nice and we're healing stuff up here. Pharah is going to be fucking up here, like, even further up, putzing around in the sky. And when the fights actually join and when we're, like, you know, when we're stood more over this way and our line of sight is focused over here, Pharah could be flying all the way over here and she's up in the air. And so what you'll find when you're trying to heal Pharah is you've got most of the team in your line of sight and then you're trying to heal Pharah and you've got to just look purely to a position where you can only see Pharah, and then you put a heal dart or two in there and then you've got to look all the way back and look at your team and you can then only see the team. You can't see what happens to Pharah. Mercy's a lot better at bouncing back and forth between the two, so she can bounce to Pharah, heal, bounce back, get back to the team for safety for a moment or two, pick people back up, bounce to Pharah, damage amp, kill, 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 kill. And so the synergy is a lot stronger there. So I'd usually say, like, if you've got a Pharah, it's a bit weaker. I'd maybe say the same with Widowmaker as well. Ana Widowmaker is a so-so pairing. If you're both very good snipers, the damage output is actually really good. It used to be better because if Ana shot someone and Widow shot someone in full charge, you would kill that person. Now that doesn't happen, which is really annoying. It used to be like one of the most fun times I had on Overwatch was playing Hanamura with a really good Ana player when I was playing Widow. I went in one window, Ana went in from the high ground, and we literally just established a crossfire, and she would hit someone, I would hit them, dead. Hit, dead. Hit, dead. Hit, dead. And we just cleaned out their entire team. Just 2 snipers firing from 2 different positions. It was really cool, and I kind of miss that. Like, I really do resent the nerf quite a lot. Horizontal tracking is difficult on console for close range tactics. You need dual zone on and sense around 35 to 45. There you go. Soup de loop. I think I spotted that you subbed earlier, but thank you. There you go. So you got to press the button. Don't worry about interrupting me. Like, don't worry about that. You've paid money to support me. I'm fine taking a second or two. Noticing that everything Zeta is saying seems to be getting deleted. Zeta. Oh, damn it. Misdiscovered that you can't out DPS her pharmacy. I remember you arguing with him and losing. Yes. No, I said that. I think you've been missing subs. Again, like, they have to press the button, otherwise I won't see them in chat. I will see them on the tracker, like on this screen. I will be able to see them. But they have to press the button. I also get to see followers as well. Like Oxfon and Swiss Bateo. Like, I get to see all you guys. But yeah, you got to press the button now. I also get to see what tier. Ooh, tiers. How to deal with the pharmacy is Ana. How often should you focus the two? Very rarely. Like, if someone, again, do not focus the pharmacy if no one else is doing it, because you literally can't out DPS it. Punishing, like, if Farah doesn't have a mercy up her arsehole, which is rare, then you can afford to put shots onto her. One shot from the Ana will usually be enough to just make the Farah a bit nervous. And for example, if you watch high-level Farahs, like if you watch Valkyr, Ana makes him rage, and so that's a good sign that Ana can do stuff to Farah still, but not enough stuff to really cause her huge issues. So you should focus the two when there is focus going on them, and then firing the occasional shot. If they get greedy, if like Mercy's just floating around in the air, then sure, start shooting the Mercy, but otherwise prioritize your healing first and foremost. What kind of accuracy would you be looking for to be successful on Ana? I myself, it depends on the team lineup, but I usually float around 70% on like both scoped and unscoped. I would recommend trying to hit that. It depends on the team lineup. Like, if you're running a very evasive team, so you got like Tracer and Genji, expect it to be a bit lower. If you're running triple tank, then expect it to be higher. But I generally ballpark around 70. It depends on the level you're playing at, though. It's something you should always be looking to improve. Like, I should be looking to push to 75, 80, so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. But my advice is, do not forsake shots that you feel like you might just miss them for the sake of maintaining your accuracy percentage. Like, this actually tilts the shit out of me. When people talk about aiming percentage, because, for example, when I was playing TF2 a lot, I played Sniper. No surprise there, playing Sniper a lot on TF2. My accuracy wasn't actually that amazing compared to most people's, but that's just because I fired more shots. If I saw a shot and I thought, I can maybe get this, probably not, but I'll maybe get it, I just take the shot. And people literally called me a machine gun for my sniping style. I was just firing shots, pretty much. You know, anytime I built up enough damage to get a headshot, one-shot kill on most enemy heroes, characters, classes, I will be firing the shot. And I kind of play Widowmaker in the same way. You'll notice if you watch me play Widowmaker, very often I will fire a shot and not get the kill. I'll leave them on like 20 hit points because I fire it so quickly, so early. But I'll generally get a follow-up shot that will then kill them. Just like machine gunning out shots, just because why not? You don't have an ammo counter. You do have 10 shots, but you will find moments to reload, basically. And I'm not saying just fire willy-nilly, like don't just spam at a corner hoping that that's going to work, because that is stupid, but if you think you can land the shot, fire the shot. Just do it while aiming a little bit. Currently, anti-heal has no way of being countered. Not true. But anyway, what do you think about the grenade being able to stop anti-heal but heals less and gives less healing boost? Anti-heal can be countered by Zarya, and I think Maze Ice Block can... No, Maze Ice Block can't purge it now, can it? I don't think it can. But you can purge it with Zarya at the very least. Zarya's sort of the only purge. And yeah. Like, what is happening with Zeta? Like, what is going on here? I don't know. Chat, sort yourselves out. But yeah. Just, like, I'm fine with anti-heal as the way it is. Like, it is a little unfair that you can't purge it, and I wouldn't mind seeing Mercy get, like, a debuff remover of some sort, so that you can get rid of Discord Orb and stuff like that with her. But Like the problem with this design is that you then give Ana the ability to counter Ana. And it's sort of like the situation we were in for absolutely fucking ages with Roadhog, where you could never kill Roadhog if they had an Ana healing him without having a Roadhog of your own. So Roadhog became the counter to Roadhog, which means you have Roadhog in every game. If you have it so Ana can counter Ana, then Mercy suddenly loses viability, because Mercy can't remove anti-heal, Ana can. Therefore, why not just run Ana? And if they have an Ana, you have to run one in response to be able to get rid of the anti-heal. So the danger that, like, you've got to be very careful when you make the counter to a hero's ability that same hero. Very, very, very hard to sort of reconcile that. Basically, like, ages and ages ago, for example, there was a meta where whichever team had the better Widowmaker would win. Because you need a Widow to counter Widow. Yeah. Admin abuse, there we go. Do you think Mercy plus Ana is better than Lucio plus Ana? Not really. I think Lucio plus Ana is better than it used to be. Because Lucio can take care of a lot of the squishy healing now. He can also just like follow the Tracer and Genji better, and still do a lot as well, bringing that. Like you bring in different flavors. They just occupied very different roles in my mind, where if you're playing Mercy and Ana, you want to be running a tanky team with a lot of hit points, because Mercy and Ana can pick all that health back up instantly. Like, if you think about how fast Mercy heals and how fast Ana heals and the value of a res, if you resurrect Roadhog, Zarya, and Reinhardt, well, you're resurrecting at way more effective hit points than you would be resurrecting Tracer, Genji, and Winston. Like, the amount of hit points you're bringing back in the field is suddenly that much more effective. But if you're playing a dive comp, they're definitely going to want the speed boost, and they might even want Zenyatta's Discord orbs. Like, you get different results out of different healing combos, and that's actually nice. I think the supports are in a really good place right now. It's very hard to definitively say, hey, like, this is the support combo. You're just doing different things with different support combos, and you should be adjusting your play style accordingly. It's very, very nice. Nice, nice. Sub-hype. Grab hype. When on defense with Ana, is it okay to just throw a grenade at the exit of one of the enemy respawn points just to get a little ult charge like Reinhardt did with Firestrike? Or do you think it isn't worth it because you have to hurry back to the ideal position? If you're gunning out of position to do it, be a little bit careful. Make sure that it's not a map like, if you're doing it on King's Row and you're getting out of position to where a Widowmaker can snipe you as you run back, don't do it. If you're doing like a fancy grenade throw where you're just throwing it from like a predetermined position, you can hit the spawn at the right time, it doesn't hurt. Building up nano boost is a really good idea. Building up nano boost is really, really important. Nano boost is one of the best ultimates in the game, so getting it early is good. Keep in mind that you are basically giving their support some ultimate charge, but it balances out because nano boost is worth it. So in general, I'd say yeah, it's a good idea if you invest the time into learning it. It's something I need to learn still. I haven't put the time into it. I don't think it's like a huge value thing, and I don't think it's anything you should be overly concerned with, but it's a little bonus. It won't hurt because odds are the next engagement isn't going to be until 15, 20 seconds in. So you will have enough time to recharge it. Yeah. Will respond. Yeah, you got to at me, otherwise I miss stuff. It said that Off-Color should make a book on how to get Masters using controller. Would you buy that? I wouldn't buy the book, but I'd be curious. Like, Off-Color plays, like I watched the highlight that Off-Color had of the Widowmaker just ignoring stuff. Valk hates it. Yes, I think this is the clip I was actually referring to.
Do you like it?
Like, just look at this rage.
Right, fuck you, Ana. I fucking hate Anas. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Beautiful. Beautiful. And again.
What the fuck?
This man is a fire main.
What the fuck?
God, it's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Let's go back to my face. Cycle over. Hello. Got a Union Jack behind me for specific reasons. Whoops, wrong there. Let's bring this back. Let's bring this back. There we go. I just love the what the fuck? What the fuck, man? And what signs out someone? All the messages. Okay, that's why Zeta got, like, nailed. You had Infra as a mod. If I had Infra as a mod, there'd be nothing but goddamn Valk walls everywhere. Mod indoors Valk walls at that, it'd be terrible. Do you think playing a lot of Ana can make playing Widow harder? A bullet rifle hitbox is enormous, so you hit people you wouldn't hit with. I wouldn't say so, actually. I'd say my aiming has improved as a result of playing Ana. I body shot people a lot, but honestly, as Widowmaker, body shotting is. I think people have the wrong impression where they see body shotting as some kind of failure. Don't get me wrong, headshotting is better. missing is worse than body shotting. So if you aren't sure you can take the headshot, but you know you can land a body shot, land the body shot. Your damage output matters as Widow. You can put out a lot of damage as Widow. So it's okay, I think. What if they added a new support that can purge? Really on a Blackwatch style healer, and I think that would be a cool ability. The danger with having purges on one hero is that one hero becomes so important that you need, like, especially an aggressive purge. Like, one of the reasons why Shaman was so powerful in early arenas was because you could just purge all the buffs of people, and they have one of the few dispels, and then they put dispels on like priests and all that kind of stuff elsewhere, and so they became more and more important. Like, I think didn't priests already have dispels, but they could only remove magic, but they could strip 2 magic buffs at a time. So then priests became super important because you could strip off all the magic buffs super quickly. And so it just, like, you got to be very careful when balancing stuff as well around purges, debuffs, and silences, because basically, if you think about it, design in this way, like game design 101, guys, you have like active and then responsive. Okay, so an active ability will be like Helix Rocket. Okay, so we've got Helix Rocket, we've got the grenade, and stuff like that. Like these are active abilities. They do something, they cause something to happen. Responsive abilities are more defensive and more like, you know, fortify. So if something happens, you decide to use fortify. Right? It's a responsive ability. The paint can, Roadhog, the take a breather. So it's breather. Very, very shoddy handwriting. Don't worry about it. These are responsive abilities. What gets fucky is when the responsive ability is like silence. Because you aren't just saying, and especially Purge. I think Purge is definitely, to me, the real one you got to be careful of, because Purge is basically saying, you did a thing? No, you didn't. You didn't do a thing. And you think, huh, that kind of sucks. And basically the ability is just purely, fuck you, you don't get to do a thing. Silence is exactly the same. I know this is pointing behind my head. Arrows. Silence and Purge basically impose on someone. No, you don't get to do the thing. EMP is already eking on that silence territory, and you know how annoying it is when you get silenced. When you get EMP'd, it's like, fuck, I don't do anything. I can't do anything now. And it's really annoying. Ana sort of already ekes on this, and you notice how frustrated healers get when an anti-healing grenade goes down, and people just go, well, this isn't fun. I can't do what I'm meant to do. I can't actually do it. And it's I think they are being so careful with balance, because they don't want abilities that just deny things to happen, and so you got to be very careful about that. And that's why there aren't an abundance of purges in Overwatch. There isn't an abundance of silences in Overwatch. EMP is very difficult to get off and very situational, because it's such a powerful tool and such an important tool in game balance terms. Because imagine in a world where EMP actually disabled Dragonblade or Tactical Visor, you would never play Soldier 76 or Genji again against a Sombra. There would be no point. You'd never get to do anything. You Dragonblade instantly silence. Oh. And it already kind of half does that, but you can kind of work around it, but still, it sucks. And so, yeah, they're very careful about it. In terms of, like, giving it to Mercy, again, I think if they did it with Mercy and just made it very, like, you can remove a Discord orb, you can remove anti-healing on, like, a 3-second cooldown, but that's pretty much all you're doing, and not actually, like, if Zarya barriers someone on the enemy team and you press the Purge button, you remove the barrier. Like, that sucks. That isn't fun. That's not fun for the Zarya. And it also starts getting into, like, an escalation thing where, like, Roadhog hooks the target and pulls him in. Zarya shields him, so that person is defended. Mercy purges the shield, and suddenly you're getting like layers of counters on counters on counters, and it just gets weird and confusing. It's like, well, if they're running a Mercy, then I can't run the Zarya because now I'm hard countered, and that's not fun. And it just, so you got to be careful with that. People get most salty about the sleep. The sleep, I have less issues with the grenade. The sleep is very hard to land. You get hit by a sleep, the Ana's done something right in my mind. It's no different than getting shot. Like he's sitting behind you, Val. Oh, yeah. Valkyrie has been rating at divas like that in recent. Val's been rating at divas since fucking he started playing Pharah. First can be a problem, e.g. in HOTS it made Nova useless. Why would it make Nova useless? Surely Nova just one-shots people. The problem with Nova and HOTS, as far as I'm aware, is the fact that in meta right now in HOTS is you just play a bunch of tanky characters, Nova can't one-shot them or combo them, and then she just does nothing. Same problem with Valera, I believe. I think Ana's kit plus healing output plus ult is still too powerful. I think she's in an okay position. I think the supports as a whole are pretty powerful right now, so yeah. By purge, you mean Diva? Yeah, Diva is a good example, actually. Defense Matrix is an ability to, like, silence and purge. It removes stuff. It cancels stuff. Not fun. I know that Hearthstone team decided the silences they have are too powerful, hence Purify. Lol, Purify. Removing Discord will be quite useless. Discord has no cooldowns, and you could just put it back on. Yeah, but you, like, if a target runs around the corner, you just remove the Discord from them. It does save them a little bit. You can also, like, if it forces the Zenyatta to just keep reapplying it, and if you just keep removing it, it causes problems for him. You can, there's ways around it. Like, the person gets behind a barrier, for example, and then you just remove the Discord. You'll be able to do stuff with that. Anyway, that about wraps it up for questions, and that's about 30 minutes of questions, so that's pretty good timing for us. If you do want to send footage into Coaching the Many, make sure you send it to the right place. So let me... There we go. It's on the screen over there. It's in the description below, but just in case you don't want to read, just in case you can't read for whatever reason, to get your footage reviewed on Coaching the Many, A, make sure you can read. No, wait. A, make sure that you send it into oamreviews@gmail.com. Include in the title of the email the hero name and the rank you're at. For example, this was Ana at 2900 SR. And then include a little email with a paragraph about, you know, maybe there's a couple of things you're struggling with. Include a link to a YouTube VOD or something similar. Relatively high quality is ideal. Try and get the bit rate as high as possible. 30 frames per second is fine. 720p is fine. More than 5K bit rate is ideal. Bit rate is the big thing. Definitely come by and watch us live on stream as well, 10 PM British time, so figure that out. I'm sure you guys can do it. I'm sure you guys can find a time zone converter. I also tweet when I go live with Coaching the Many, and I tweet about either an hour or half an hour before I start the show as well. So if you follow me on Twitter, you got no excuses. Otherwise, come on over, have a good time. Thank you for watching to the end. Thank you for all your support, guys. Go vote for me in the World Cup as well if you haven't already. Oh, or vote for whoever the fuck you like. But vote for me anyway. Thank you for watching to the end. Doodles. Now I'm going